Flickswitch started around 7 years ago, and our focus is to provide machine-to-machine SIM card management. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful. Let me break that down for you. So machine-to-machine is everything that's not a common device like a cell phone or a tablet or something. It's typically a device that's communicating for some purpose. So think smart meters, vehicle tracking, fleet management, security applications. There's a whole host of hardware out there that uses the GSM network for communication. Now, a common problem that anybody deploying that kind of equipment has is managing the SIM cards in those devices. So you have some options there. You can go the postpaid route where you sign a contract with a mobile network operator, or you can go the prepaid route. If you go the prepaid route, your problem becomes a bit bigger. You have to now worry about the credit that's on that SIM card. So we've developed software that's called SIM Control that basically just manages that problem. We monitor and top up SIM cards with airtime, data, SMS, whatever a particular client needs, and make sure they don't run dry. I'd have to say this is a niche we find for ourselves. There are huge players out there. Nobody's doing what we're doing. There is a competitive landscape globally around services in this sector of the market. In South Africa, we're pretty unique. And there are a few reasons to that. The barriers to entry are significant. You need to have access to the kind of infrastructure that we have access to. You need to be able to, in real time, manage SIM cards at scale. So it's actually quite a tricky thing, and that's where the learning period working for one of the network service providers comes into play. The learning done in the 5 years, getting to know the systems, getting to know the architecture and the infrastructure that the mobile telcos have in place allowed us or afforded us the opportunity to go and do this. Starting anything, there's a whole host of challenges. You start with bright eyes and an idea to turn that into a product, to take that to market, to find clients that are willing to invest in what you're selling them. Those are all challenges. Particularly going back to the early days, there you have, I'd say, at most a prototype that you're out there selling to prospective clients. And the challenge is to convince people to basically take a leap of faith and trust you in delivering on your promises. And I mean, that is I guess what sales are all about. But in the end, you can get your foot in the door using relationships, using networks, but actually delivering on those expectations. That's where the real work comes. Over time, from our infancy up to now, we've faced many challenges. It's a roller coaster ride. There are lots of ups and downs along the way, but 7 years down, we're still around, and we've overcome most of those. Yeah, I think those challenges bring opportunities, and the reason we have many businesses that are able to export their technology over time is that they basically were founded in the crucible that is South Africa, that is Africa, where you face challenges that basically lead to a more robust, more reliable, better product, which ultimately makes that a more saleable product. So obviously, there are unique challenges to doing business in South Africa, and the landscape as a whole. I'm not really qualified to comment on, but specifically in tech, we have fantastic talent coming out of our institutions in this country. We have first world infrastructure in many aspects, and we have third world problems, and the combination of those factors is what leads to fantastic products coming out of this country.